Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Our Kind of Homesteading.
Hi.
We're your hosts, Sherry.
And
I like how we're like hysterically laughing every time we start. It looks so weird from the viewer's perspective.
You know what it makes
listener.
No.
Hello.
You know what it looks weird is every time.
You?
Yes. Well, both of us. We always, because in the still, we always look like we're like 3 shots in of tequila and also like a couple margaritas.
That might not be a bad idea. Even though, I can't even handle shots. Like, but we're gonna
line some up next time.
We should totally split a margarita.
You know,
that would definitely put me in a better mood.
Sherry's in a mood today. I know she was in a mood last week. It's kind of Sherry's thing.
Just that type.
She has 5 kids.
I don't know.
She has 5 kids.
I do.
My
husband never helps.
We should play a drinking game one time while we're podcasting.
You guys would get drink.
That would be.
We're both lightweight, so we'd be like, I take like, a little bit of tincture, and I'm like, woo, I'm good for the day, We're fine. So that game would probably end horribly, and you guys would probably stop listening to us after that.
I don't know. It'd be horrible for us, but for them, probably pretty funny.
I don't know. I mean,
these are the most uncomfortable chairs, and I hate them.
I know, but the blue chairs, we agreed weren't. Anyways,
it's good. Bad.
Stop.
Bad chairs.
Stop. Welcome everybody to our
Thanks
podcast.
for tuning in.
Yes. So we did a tomato podcast a couple weeks ago.
It's not a whole podcast on tomatoes, just
a whole podcast on tomato. It's great. It doesn't get boring at all.
Say, wow, really a crazy, very
it's called
lengthy
"You Say
topic.
Tomato."
That'd be pretty cute. That would be pretty cute.
Thought of that.
Right here, right now. What do you know?
Anyways,
genius.
We did an episode.
Yeah.
On tomatoes, and I think it went pretty well. People liked it. So, it's everybody's gearing up for their garden. So we thought we would do another episode on zucchini. Sounds boring, but it's going to be great.
I know. I was like writing these notes. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible.
I know, but that's just because of the mood you're in. Like the tomato one, you were like here for it. Like,
was
you were here for it?
I don't remember the tomato one. Why would I be there for tomatoes?
You were all about it. Like even like
I feel like tomatoes are never there for me.
I literally have it recorded in a podcast where you're like, we should do an episode all on tomatoes. Like I have that recorded in an episode.
How is that recorded?
Because it was literally said in a podcast episode. You said that.
Like prior to recording the tomato episode.
Yeah. You're like, how do I have that recorded? Be like, I don't know.
Sean's like, say it. I have proof.
Anyways, so the zucchini one's going to be just as great, and most people plant zucchini in their gardens, and so we're going to give you some tips and tricks and amazing things that you can do so your zucchini plants are awesome this year.
Yeah, give you lots of zucchini because that's what you want.
No. First thing, before we start talking about zucchini, I know a lot of people are starting their seeds, and this was me a few years ago, I used to plant all my seeds at once because that's what I thought you did. Like you're like, I'm starting my seeds, and you do them all at once. But zucchini, as you know, like when you plant them, when you start their seeds along with everything else, they're like huge right away. You're like, where did you come from? They're just a big plant.
Yeah, they grow very, very
really quickly. And then you feel like they're dying because they're like, in this little
they don't have enough soil, enough nutrients.
And then you're like trying to feed them, and you're like, don't die on me.
They're like, oh, I'm dying.
So I have a cool little sheet that's like laminated that my mom got for me. Thanks, Mom. From like a master gardener class that she went to. My mom, she loves going to like classes and like meetings. It's her jam. I hate them with every fiber of my soul.
Mom loves any gathering with people though, like bunko nights. Mom does bunko nights. Isn't that weird? She doesn't seem that old yet, right?
She loves her bunko.
She does.
Yeah.
As long as it's a gathering of people, my mom's there for it.
Yeah.
Our mom, my mom.
My mom. She's my mom.
Yeah, she's there. She's there for it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm the opposite.
Wait, you see you have a laminated sheet?
Yeah.
That's weird for you.
It's not. No, you have it too. She got
I don't.
You one. Yes, she did.
Well, I lost it.
Well, absolutely you did. You have 5 kids.
Yes, that is the right answer.
You lost your laminated sheet, but it's amazing, and you shouldn't have lost it.
Why? What is this laminated sheet? A garden layout plan?
No. It basically, for our area, so you'd have to do it specific to your zone, right? So for our zone, it tells you basically when to start your seedlings and what seedlings you should be starting exactly when. Like the earlier in the month, later in the month of like January,
That's
February,
a very
March.
helpful laminated
And
sheet.
it's so helpful, and it does all like, when to start your spring veggies, when to start summer veggies, fall, like it does all of it. It's the best thing ever. Anyway, she got out a master gardener class, so if you ever have one in your area, I'm sure you can find something similar like online if you Google it. But
and then just print it and laminate it yourself. That's
but
right.
it is such a handy sheet, and even though like I kind of know, I still like will take it out and I'll look at it and I'll just make sure. I'll be like, okay, did I get everything? Like, so I do the tomatoes. I do like the cabbage and like broccoli and the hardier ones that kind of like the cooler weather. I do those first in January. And then I just did my tomatoes in February. And then it kind of like goes on. So it tells you basically when to plant your zucchini, because zucchini has a really short growing period. It doesn't need like a crazy long time like a freaking garlic does. Garlic's like, I need a whole year to, before you get anything out of me. Or, so.
It is an extremely long time. I think zucchini is only 50 to 60 days from seed to plant.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
I know.
She's like, I know. I've grown it. I've timed it. So it does need a shorter time, so you don't need to plant it along when you first start everything else. And if you live in like a good climate, you could also
in a good climate.
If you don't live,
if you live in a sucky climate, well then,
if you don't live somewhere that's shit, it's gonna be way too cold or way too hot. Then you can even extend your growing season by planting more zucchini, staggering your zucchini, so you grow your seedlings, and then you have those, and then they become mature plants, and then you can plant more in like June and July, and then have more later on, because they have such a short growing season. You can,
which is awesome, because then you continually have zucchini more or less, and you have all these plants just giving you more and more veggies, and it's amazing. You don't just like have your first batch and then you're like, okay, well, I guess we're done getting zucchini, you know? So yeah, it's staggering is very, very good.
Yeah. And I usually try to stagger most of my stuff if I can, if it's like, if
I even usually stagger tomatoes.
I try to.
We have such a long growing season here.
We do.
And I usually have very good luck with staggering tomatoes. I did it last year and I had tomatoes well into
I try to do it
end of summer, even after that, like well after that actually.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like literally had tomatoes in December.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you have them like freaking all year long. If you just want to stagger plants or start, staggering seeds, or if you just want to go out and just buy new, little plants, that's obviously very possible too. Just more money, but whatever floats your boat.
You do you, boo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just gonna say something. You made me forget it, and it was good. Something about zucchini, obviously. Dang it.
She's like, it was good.
Gosh.
Where did the thought go?
Nobody knows.
No one knows. It's somewhere in Shauna's disco brain. Flashing lights.
So nice in here. Okay, so first things first, you want to hill your zucchini. So when you do have your little plants after you've planted your little seedlings, so for us, it's not time to start our zucchini seedlings yet. Not yet. We plant in May, Mother's Day weekend usually.
Happy Mother's Day to us.
Day. They do like like when I say hill, you know what I'm saying? Like you
create a mound.
Yeah.
Where you plant your zucchini plant, you would create a little mound right where you plant it, so that it's essentially in a little hill of soil. And that the hill is going to keep your zucchini warmer. Which is good. And then it's going to add extra drainage for your zucchini plant, which is essential. And there's probably a third something I'm forgetting.
Oh, it helps like increase like pollination, because they're kind of like, up on that hill.
Up on that throne. We don't know.
And so zucchini, they do like more acidic soil. So it is important before you plant your zucchini to really take a look at your soil and to figure out what you need to add to it. You can test your soil if you're all about that. I just try to amend the soil and make sure we add like lots of compost. The zucchini loves the coffee grounds because they just lower the pH in your soil and they make it more acidic, and that's exactly what your zucchini love. They love it.
Well, and they also like to be planted together. They need 36 inches apart, but for proper pollination, your zucchini plants, obviously you need male and female. And so obviously just planting one plant, you're most likely not going to get much, if any at all, of zucchini. So plant definitely more than one. If you have a certain space that you're trying to keep them in, you can even get vining varieties, which is, I can't even say it, rampa something or other.
It's Italian.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Rampicante.
There we go. I like how your accent is very cute. Anyway, so
she didn't mean that, by the way. It sounded very genuine, but she didn't.
I didn't. Did I? No.
Yeah. I think to people that don't know you.
Okay, hold on. I just said that was. I like your accent. That was really cute. Okay, so this is now listen to a genuine version of that.
I know, but I'm saying.
Oh my God, that was such a cute accent. Oh my God,
also,
love it.
That sounds less genuine to me.
No, it does.
Yes,
it doesn't.
It's like in Mean Girls, like, oh my God, I love your skirt. Where'd you get it? Like, no.
That is the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Anyways,
nobody believes you.
So plant your zucchinis together. Like I said, about 36 inches apart. I don't really follow that 36-inch rule. I feel like that's I feel like that's wider.
What's 36 inches? Show me with your hand.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So
this is 12 inches probably, right?
No, it's 11 and a half, right?
Okay, whatever.
Is that 11 and a half, a piece of paper?
Yeah.
What, like 3 more of these? More than 3 of these. It's excessive. I do not plant that far apart.
Well, apparently neither do I.
Yeah, because that's
I was like,
excessive.
I probably do.
So
I don't.
They say it's 36 inches, but I probably do. I mean, I
probably
honestly
do 2 feet.
Yeah, about 2 feet. That's what I do too.
But if you're not allowing enough circulation in your plants and like sunlight to get into your plants, it can cause that like powdery mildew.
So you definitely want to space them apart. You don't want to squish them together because their leaves, once they grow to maturity, their leaves are huge and they do block out sunlight. I mean, obviously they're meant to do that for a certain reason, but sunlight is meant to get in there so that they don't have that mildew growth, and that will ruin your plants, obviously.
Like Sherry said, about the pollination. Pollination is really important for these plants. Sometimes it'll get frustrating because you'll feel like you only have like the male flowers and no female flowers. You can always self-pollinate if you're like not seeing a lot of your.
That sounded weird.
You can do it yourself. Sherry, how many times do I have to say it? It's not that kind of podcast.
That was very, very funny. That was very funny.
So if you guys get your minds out of the gutter, you just take like a makeup, like a blush brush,
or eyeshadow brush, little brush.
No, a bigger one. It should be like a bigger one.
Okay.
It needs to be big.
You're not helping yourself. You're like, get your mind out of the gutter. You're just saying all sorts of things over here.
Okay. Anyway, once you have the optimal size brush, you need to brush the male. I can't even talk. Shut up.
Oh my God. My eyes are watering and now my makeup's gonna run. It's all your fault.
You're
such a bitch.
Okay. You just brush the male flowers and then you take it over the female flowers and then you brush that pollen onto them. Okay? Like, Jesus. It's not that hard.
Oh God. My eyes.
I know, mine too.
Damn you.
Wow, look at you. You're really like, your eyeliner's going to get everywhere.
I know.
This is not video appropriate.
No, it's not. It's awful.
Okay. I think that's all you need to know about pollination.
Well, depending on your age. Ask your mom to tell you.
Okay, what else are we talking about? I don't even know anymore.
Zucchini.
My eyes are like, seriously.
I know.
Is my eyeliner okay? I don't want to look like,
Yeah, yours is fine. I'm sure mine's everywhere.
No, yours is fine too.
Anyways.
I would tell you.
I know, sure. Okay, so
Where are we?
pollination behind us. Good. And so they do. Did you already talk about how rich they need their soil to be?
Yeah.
So they do. I know Shauna hit on it a little bit. But they do need super rich soil. So you definitely want to throw the compost in there, any kind of manure, goat, alpaca, bunny.
But try to do that before you plant.
Yeah, this needs to be done before you plant, to create that perfect soil condition, or as perfect as you can get it for your zucchini plant, so that you'll have, a bountiful harvest, right?
Bountiful.
But,
Because they are heavy feeders, so you want to make the soil amazing for them before they get in there.
Yes. And if you do see, if your zucchini are in the ground and all sorts of growing and stuff, but then you notice their leaves are turning yellow, the coffee grounds are a fix for that.
There's different reasons that your zucchini leaves will turn yellow.
Well, it's usually, though, because of
they can be deficient in something.
Exactly. Magnesium, iron.
Yeah. But it also can mean that there's like a bacteria, or they can just be, have some kind of, what's the word?
Insect.
Disease.
Oh, yeah, disease. Well, one thing you can do before, and this, of course, this is in hindsight if you're already like in this, but they have disease-resistant plants. Now,
varieties, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be, like, I'm not all about, like I get organic. If I'm going to buy plants, they're going to definitely be organic, or organic
when you start
seeds,
your seedlings, just try to like do a little bit more research and make sure it's more of a disease-resistant variety, because it will help you. The one we talked about earlier, the Italian one, was it Rampicante?
Yeah.
I can't say it. It's that one. Starts with
She
an
already
R.
said it. You get it.
It's the vining one. It has a really thicker,
like a stalk, like a stem, essentially, system, and it makes it harder for the boring. They're these. What are they called? They're a type of moth that will
The
basically
squash
prey upon
borers.
your zucchini
Squash.
plants, and they lay eggs right at the base, and then when the babies hatch, they like delve into your zucchini plants and eat them from the
kill
inside.
it. They'll destroy it.
So that variety, that Italian vining variety, is resistant to those bugs, for example.
Yeah, just because their base is just too. Let's do. I can't get away from anything.
That is it's too thick. Okay, moving on. You didn't hear it.
So
So
if you
were totally
planted-
trying to come up with another word besides thick.
I was.
Hilarious.
If you plant multiple different varieties, that's usually like the best. Just like if you would plant multiple different varieties of tomatoes, because you want like your canning tomatoes, like the Roma tomatoes, and you want the the good heirloom tomatoes for your
cherry
salads
tomatoes, and there's so many different varieties, and the same goes for zucchini.
Yeah, don't just stick to one variety of zucchini as much as you might have in the past, and you're like, I've always been fine. Just kind of mix it up a little bit, get a couple different in there, and then you should have a better season because of it.
Yeah.
And you might find something that you love that you didn't even think about.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this one that's Italian.
Yeah, and it vines, which is really cool, because
so
that's a space saver in your beds or wherever you are putting your zucchini. The other thing is, and this goes with everything in gardening, like when you do find something that works, like you definitely should stick with it and don't go too far off that path. Like I think before, like I've been like, oh yeah, that tomato did well. Meh, I'm gonna try something different. You know what I mean? Why, Sherry? Why?
Well, that's only because a lot of people that have been gardening or homesteading for a while, they are super organized. Okay. They have a gardening. No, not us. This is not us.
I'm looking at. I'm like, we're organized. I would not use that word to describe either one of us.
Gardening journals, and they
Shut
write
up.
down.
No, not us. Offended you'd even think of me as organized. How dare you?
And they write down the things that work, the things that didn't, all kinds of notes, and every year they go back to it, and they're all like, they're prepared.
Okay, so how does someone keep a journal like that, so like coveted and just so like intact? Like my kids would rip that off the shelf and be like, this is something to draw on, or I'm gonna rip it up, or my dogs would eat it. That's totally my luck.
Yeah, same. But
I have to hide things that I want to. I want to like.
But I tried doing that. I had a gardening journal that I started a new one last year, and I was like, "This is."
And you lost it.
I lost it. It wasn't even my kids.
So you lost your marbles.
But it was like I thought I had put it on the shelf with like the little laminated thing I was talking about. It was like there, and my seeds that I saved. It's all like in the same place, obviously, right? That makes sense. So I thought I put it there, but it's literally not there. And I was like, I mean, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, could be. Could be anywhere.
Anyways, we're not those people. But if you're that person, you should do that. Have a gardening journal.
Hey, I mean, that'd be really cool. I just rely on my good old memory.
And we know how that goes.
Which is not always the best when it comes to, well, everything. And
Because you have 5 kids.
I have 5 kids. That's right. That's my reason for everything.
Yes, it literally is.
Yeah,
we literally got her a shirt that said that because she always used, I have 5 kids, Shauna. Like, Jesus. Okay.
It's very true. You don't know.
You don't know.
So true, though. So true.
So getting back to zucchini, they can withstand, they do like warmer temperatures, but they don't like overly warm. So they like 100 degrees. If it's getting hotter than that, you might lose some of your blossoms. There's not really a lot you can do for it because once you're in the middle of summer and you're just kind of screwed, right? So hopefully you get some zucchini before it gets into high triple digits in your area. They do not like temperatures below 60 degrees. So that is why you should start them later. Yeah, they don't like the cold at all. Pretty much like me. I don't like triple digits
Perfect
either.
weather, please. Temperate, perfect, thanks. I'll take it.
Sherry talked about the squash borers earlier. One thing you can do if you are noticing that you have them in your garden or you're noticing that they're at, sorry, am I not talking loud enough?
You're talking, you're just not loud.
Good. Thought I was losing my mind. You take foil to the base of your zucchini plant and you kind of like dig around the zucchini plant and kind of expose like the, part that's going into the ground a little bit. And you put the foil down there and then up the stalk a little bit. So it's like yay-ish.
Okay, so for all the listeners out there, since not everyone is watching us.
How big is that?
I don't know. Just up the stalk, probably a good 4 inches.
4 to 6 inches.
Yeah. And then you're good. And then they can't obviously bore through foil.
Yeah.
And, you're good to go.
That really helps a lot. If you notice that they're already attacking your plant, you'll notice at the base, because the moths lay their eggs at the base and then they bore into that. So you notice the little holes in there. You can always cut it open and then kind of dig them out. That's kind of mean though. Just use the foil ahead of time. Yeah, so you can plant cucumbers next to your zucchini. Did you know?
Yeah, and you kind of should, actually.
They're cousins.
Yeah, because they
They're
both
family.
kind of require the same amount of water, in my perspective, at least for where we live.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe the cucumbers require a lot more. I don't know.
No, I think theirs about the same.
I mean, the zucchini, they like about an inch of water, every time you water them. And then you shouldn't let them ever get too dry, of course. I think the rule of thumb is 3 centimeters of dry soil when you put your finger into the soil. 3 centimeters dry.
I have no idea.
Okay, I think that's pretty much rule of thumb. But just go with your, I don't know, just gardening.
Go with
people.
Your journal.
Go with your journal. That's
your
right.
Your journal tell you last year.
Your
Did you do a good job?
Stupid journal that you so expertly kept, placed on your shelf. How do you do it? Send us your.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
I have big dreams about gardening journals. I want a really cute one.
It's not even you though.
I know.
You're fighting against yourself.
I am. But
why?
I don't know, because it sounds nice.
A lot of things sound nice. But I know it's never going to be me.
Oh, I still can't remember what I was going to say earlier, and it was a really good tip on zucchini. And now you guys will never know because Sherry interrupted me.
Ironically, Shauna was apologizing for our last episode. How she's like, "I'm so sorry. I listened back to that episode and I interrupted you so much." And honestly, I didn't even notice at all, or I didn't even really think you did.
No, I didn't I did interrupt you. I did both things. I talked a whole bunch. I was chatty Cathy that day, and I'm like,
oh, well, that was our last episode though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was. That's good. I was in a mood.
I think I was too, though.
Well, you hit it better.
So to recap everything, so zucchini, they do like to be like more than one plant. You can plant them in pots. It has to be or should be at least like a 5-gallon pot or container.
Yeah, because I mean they grow. They're huge plants, and they will just vine out of the container and just lay on the ground. And so be aware of that. Like you can't put them right next to like a pathway or something where they're going to be trampled. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. And then they do like 6 to 8 hours of sun. They do like to, they like to be warm. You should look up like your varieties like in your area that work best for you. Try to get the disease resistant ones. Use the coffee grounds. Most people drink coffee. Just save them. Dump them in there.
It really is really easy.
I save my tea leaves too. But I have like loose leaf tea.
Ditto.
I'm a tea snob.
Yeah.
So
we're bougie like that.
I am. I'm super bougie. That's the only way I'm bougie. I'm tea bougie. That's it.
With our fucking tea. Okay? It's going to be organic and loose leaf. That's all we'll drink. Get that nasty tea bag away from me. Okay?
I'm like you drink a tea bag? Like, okay. And then, so just use all that because most people just drink their coffee every morning or multiple pots of coffee every day. So it's just like use those coffee grounds, save them. And then use your compost that hopefully you're making your own compost. It's so easy especially if you have animals, like just use that in your garden beforehand, amend your soil accordingly. And then I think, is that it? Did we say everything? We talked about the vining ones and
several times.
We're really into that this year. I'm doing lots of vining things this year. We talked about that. Just going back and making sure we talked about.
I can't do a ton of vining stuff because of the stupid alpacas.
Inside, if you put more like trellises
I have to
inside
put more
your
trellises
garden.
inside where they can't, because I cannot put anything on the fence. They just like mow it down.
Yeah.
Like I put it there for them or something. They're like, thank you.
Yeah.
Treats for us.
Well, I couldn't either because of our deer.
Oh, right. Yeah, for sure. So what are you going to do?
I told you I'm doing the thingies with the things. I'm doing the thingies with the things.
Cinder blocks.
I'm doing the raised beds with the.
Yeah.
What's this? What is that?
An arbor?
No, Sherry. What's the panel called?
Hog panel.
Hog paneling. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. I'm doing hog paneling.
Neither do you, apparently.
With the cinder blocks. And then I'm going to have the hog panels going down in between. And so the vining things, like, even the tomatoes and my vining zucchini and cucumbers will be going up the trellises.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to create a lot of shade, though. That would be problematic if you have vegetables inside the...
No. You walk under this part.
Oh, like how we do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you not
like
following? I said this. How are you not following?
I said this. You didn't say that. You just said literally this with this hand thing like a rainbow.
It's a rainbow. You walk under the rainbow part.
Okay.
To pick the vegetables.
Yeah. You probably could have just said, the thing you have in your garden between your two beds? That thing.
Nobody else would know what I was talking about. This was a good visual.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. I'm talking to you. You're talking to me.
Anyway, so I am planning to do a lot of it inside my garden, and it's going to be great. I'm hoping to get a video of us revamping our garden this year. Everybody's going to come help. It's going to be fantastic. My whole family, right? Yeah, you guys are. Yes, you are.
Why?
Because cinder blocks are heavy.
Are you helping me with my garden?
I have helped you with your garden so many times.
Look how super feisty she is.
Because that was offensive.
I have helped you with your garden so many times.
So, first of all, when have you helped me with my garden? When?
What?
When have you helped me with my garden?
I mean, never.
Exactly.
You didn't ask.
What are you talking about?
Never asked.
Okay. I'm asking now. You're helping me carry cinder blocks into the garden.
Well, yes.
Yes, you are. And so is everybody else. Your boys, everybody. They're going to come over.
Good luck getting them
get
here.
Pizza.
I was going to say, you're going to have to bribe them with food.
That's fine. I can bribe them with food. But they're carrying cinder blocks. It's going to be fantastic. And we can get a whole video on it. And, yeah.
They're carrying cinder blocks. It's going to be fantastic.
It is. It's
fantastically fun.
My garden. So I was going to plan to do like a before and after video. I always underestimate how shitty my garden looks in the winter.
I just tried to go in and do a video of my
Your
garden.
garden looks nice because it's so established. Like
I
you
just have boxes. They're just beds.
No. Like around your garden, like there's lots of focal points to look at because you have lots of just flowers that have been there for 20 something years.
Oh,
you have lots
I
of
see
like
what
beautiful
saying.
plants that are mature
well,
and amazing.
It still doesn't look like that to me. And I went in there and tried to do a video just the other day, and I started turning the camera on and I'm like recording and I'm like, no, I'm not posting this. This looks like crap.
Well,
but maybe I just need to let go. I don't know.
Maybe it's like that thing when you look in the mirror and you think you look worse than you do, but it's your garden.
No, 100%. I'm sure people will be like, oh my gosh, what is that white flowering plant? That's gorgeous. What are those over there? Those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would say
I think your garden's really pretty.
I just see mallow
yeah.
taking over.
Well, I mean, you do have a lot of it. I just see dirt in mine. I walk in, I'm like, there's dirt and weeds. That's about it.
Still there.
It's still there.
Come back tomorrow. I'm going to check on you.
Because originally, even when we moved in and we started our garden, I didn't, for whatever reason, like, I know I was just, starting off like with babies and kids and stuff like that. So I think that was the reason. I was just like, eh. But I didn't plant anything where it was like aesthetically pleasing when you walk in your garden to be like, it was just like we just planted freaking vegetables. That was it. And so I just started the past couple years actually taking the time to make my garden look more like a happy sanctuary, and it's just not there yet for me. And so when I was like, I need, and I know you guys want to see the before and after and the whole like during, or at least some of you, if you guys are planting gardens or whatever, I think it would be cool. But I'm like, really like, do I want to post that?
Again, I feel like what you just said about the mirror, the whole like looking in the mirror being like, oh my gosh, I look like crap. And someone's like, oh wow, you look really pretty today.
I don't
know.
Like,
okay.
Most gardens on Instagram are pretty
fake.
Legit. No, like they're like, no, not fake. How do you fake that?
I'm not saying fake. I'm saying
that
like
you can fake and there's things you can't.
Oh, a fucking garden's not one of them. No, I'm not saying they're fake. I'm saying that I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of filters. There's a lot of things. You know what I mean?
I would love a garden filter.
Garden filter. Fill it all in for me. Good job, Instagram.
Anyways, so I know I need to get over it, but that's something that will come later on, and be amazing. So hopefully.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. In my head, it's great, but so are a lot of things.
And then we start doing it. You're like, oh god, this sucks.
I'm using cinder blocks because they won't
deteriorate
like the wood does, and you won't have to like rebuild the boxes. And I'm doing boxes because I have a massive amount of gophers that don't want to share.
They're like, this is my garden. Thank you for planting it.
I literally didn't. I had to get zucchini from Sherry, and she only gave me like one last year because she's selfish. And
I only had two. I literally only had 2 zucchini plants that survived.
Oh,
I
really?
had 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
so my gophers ate all of my. I saw your zucchini last year. It looked amazing.
Well, I only had 2 plants. I'm just saying there wasn't a ton to share.
No.
A lot of people.
I know she does have a lot of people on her property, but I had I planted I think 15 zucchini plants.
That is a lot of zucchini plants.
It's a lot of zucchini because I wanted to be able to because you can do some. That's what I was gonna say earlier. There's so much you can do with
and
zucchini.
It's come back around, people.
There's so much
She's remembered.
There's so much you can do with zucchini that I think it is a really versatile, good, vegetable to have in your garden beyond tomatoes. Like beyond like making like, zucchini bread and stuff. You can do those zucchini noodles if you're super like into being healthy. And we just love like cutting it up and sauteing it and stuff like that. But you can use it in lots of different spaghetti sauces, and there's just lots of different areas where you can use your zucchini. I think it's a good plant to have in the garden. Unfortunately, last year I planted a whole shit ton, and I didn't have any because the gophers literally ate every single plant. So this is why we're doing. And the year before they weren't as bad. Where the gophers, where I thought they like to hang out most of the time in the garden, I planted a bunch of like squash, like pumpkins and stuff like that, and they ate all those, and they kind of left the zucchini patch alone. But then this past year, that was my downfall. I should have had my gardening journal and looked back at that because I'm just thinking that now. So last year,
Shauna, your downfall was planting fucking vegetables for the gophers and inviting them into your garden.
I wasn't inviting. They're already there.
Do you know how fast those little monkeys procreate? Okay, so 2 can probably have what? Like a couple hundred babies in a matter of a year?
So. I mean, I have no idea. I've never
Okay.
looked up gopher stats.
They brought all of their babies, and their babies then had their own babies, and their babies had their own babies.
No, but I didn't. They ate all the zucchini because I didn't have any plants for them last year. I planted the pumpkins the year before. I just had the tomato in the bags. See, I didn't provide them any food. They had to eat the zucchini.
I'm sure. No, they don't have to anything.
Well, for those of you that are also fond of gophers, I'm still planting some squash plants on the ground outside of our raised beds because I don't want them to go hungry.
You're insane. It's fine. We love you anyways. You should definitely plant them far away because I know you are going to do this. There's no amount I can talk you out of this because you have okay, it's fine. I just plant them far away though. Like like into the corner or whatever the hell so that they're not right up against your fucking beds and they're like, oh, look, I can jump up here and eat this too.
They're not going to jump up anywhere. Gophers don't jump. Do gophers jump? We should Google that.
Okay. You're weird. Your wife is psychotic, just FYI. I'm sure you already know that though. Being married to her and all.
But in a good way,
In a good way. I mean.
Anyways, I think that's it on zucchini. Let us know if you guys have.
Gophers do jump, just not high.
They do?
Gophers do jump.
Oh, my husband just Googled it. So gophers do jump, just not high, but they climb. So
and they climb.
You think they could climb cinder blocks? Though?
Yes, I think they could climb cinder blocks.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I'm going to put up signs that say no climbing.
Okay. No climbing. Doctor's orders.
You will get hurt. This is dangerous. Anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening. And we will. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, you can email us at ourkindofhomesteading@gmail.com.
Yep, and reach out to us through Facebook and Instagram. We're always getting people reaching out through us through Facebook specifically, asking us to do different videos. And I've had a couple people message us asking us to do like a chicken breed video and a tour of our
chicken breed video.
Well, I think they're just interested in
we did chickens.
But they want
like
to
an
see
actual,
them.
Like they want to see them.
They want to see them.
Oh.
This is. I'm sorry. This is specifically for YouTube. They want to see the chickens and hear more about them, the breeds we have, and then I had one lady that she would like to see our layout of our homesteads. It's nothing fancy, but
this
we
is the
can
other problem.
Definitely give you a layout.
Yeah. So, people want to know our layouts of our homesteads and see what we do a lot of the time, as most homesteaders do. When something's broken, we're not going to go and get that exact same fence. Sometimes we're like, oh, look, there's a baby gate. We're going to.
It happens to be bright orange, which is fine.
That to that. So, when we're giving you guys a tour, we just don't want you to be shocked that it's not this is not an Instagram picture of a really cute farmhouse with white walls inside and everything super clean. It's going to be.
Nothing is clean. And, but
Nothing.
Our kids are happy. Animals are happy. Very well taken care of.
Everybody is happy. If anything, our animal shelters are usually cleaner than our house. We're definitely not showing you the inside of our house. So
don't ask. That's never happening. Actually, I could show my kitchen area just from my doorway. That's about it. And then that's all you get, though. No further. No bedrooms, nothing. No.
Well, I just think people when they're asking to see all this, they're thinking that it's going to be, I don't know, the pictures you see on Instagram when you Google farm, whatever, and it's all magical and there's a waterfall and somebody's coming down and offering you a glass of wine and there's vineyards and everything is amazing and it's just
somebody's coming down. Wow, Sean's got a lot of thought of this. She's like, someone's coming down offering a glass
it's
of
just
wine.
Those pictures on on Instagram and Facebook and of their farmhouses, and you're like, that is not real. There's no animals anywhere near that.
Well, exactly. They're
so
not really
this is real life, people. We're gonna show you real life. So
yeah, buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, don't overly expect too much. Okay?
Set your bar low. Low,
really low.
Then you won't be disappointed. And you're not going to be like, oh my God, I thought they were those girls who had it all together. Nope, we don't. 100% do not.
If we took this backdrop down, you would be shocked.
Just as bad. And this is not very big. You'd be like, oh my God, turn off the camera.
That's who we are.
That's it. But, and it's good. We own that, though. I'm very happy with myself and very happy with,
except for our gardens.
Cleaning's
We're not happy with
overrated.
our gardens. Yeah.
Cleaning is very overrated.
But yes, thank you again for stopping by. Please take the time to go and rate this on Captivate or any of the podcast directories. That helps us out a lot and helps us, make more
videos,
podcasts in the future.
Everything.
God,
yes.
words
Episodes.
Are just evading
having
me.
a hard.
Anyways, we will talk to you guys next time.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone.
Everyone. You said that so thank you so much, everyone.